And when you knock us down, we're going to get up. And on the way up, we're going to bite a kneecap off.
Go ahead and say it, Ed. Go Tigers!
When I woke up this morning, I was feeling pretty dangerous.
You like that? You like that?
F it. Jamar's down there somewhere.
The New Orleans Saints select Marcus Davenport.
No!
Splash Brothers. Yeah.
It's playoff. Keep going, Brace.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs.
If it doesn't fit, you must acquit.
What is up, y'all, and welcome to the Dirty Boot Sports Podcast, episode 61.
Who is that?
The Chance Williams episode.
It's the Chance Williams episode.
Everybody knew that.
Holy cow.
Of course.
Nobody famous wears number 61.
Number 61
Chance
was
is the
worn,
most famous guy.
Yes.
It was
Google
worn
me.
by recently cut Warrior Pat Spencer, a former Northwestern lacrosse player. And then he transferred, he changed into basketball and played one season.
To basketball?
Yes. And then he,
It's a very common bridge.
then he almost made an NBA roster.
Is he
Those net and stick skills. They
is
really
he a
translate.
fellow?
Yes, he is.
Is he a fellow?
Yes.
Definitely
And he
a
could dunk.
Okay, all right. So, on this episode, we're going to do our college football recap. We got a special guest on the episode tonight, a true Tennessee fan.
From the state.
That's right. Yep.
The only person in Louisiana who truly cares about that game yesterday.
Yeah, the one that wasn't rooting just for Bama to lose.
Correct.
When you put it that way, it does shed
Yeah,
more light
he was
on
the
it.
only one that would have been cheering no matter who
me
they
and,
were playing
me and Chance
yesterday.
were here rooting for Tennessee, but it was just because Bama was playing them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I see that.
But he was rooting for Tennessee
Kinda like
because
when
Tennessee was
I
playing.
cheered for ULM against Bama when I would never cheer
Yeah.
for ULM.
Yeah, shame
I
on
do.
you for that, actually. Shame on you.
I kind of wanted Bama to win by 70 that game.
There's no way
There's no way. Yeah, they can't. We couldn't win by 70. That doesn't happen.
So last week, and this has no relation to college football in this episode, but so last week,
Oh God, where's this going?
we had a big Taysom game,
Oh my God.
and to inaugurate.
And Clay's on record for loving Taysom Hill,
Yes,
correct?
yes. So much that I played him over Kyle Pitts today.
You did play him.
Yeah,
How about
and
that?
Kyle Pitts outscored him.
How'd that work out for you?
Kyle Pitts outscored him.
So-
I think he doubled his points.
So this
actually.
gift would have definitely been more valuable had it been like right after the game.
Oh, yeah.
Or, I was trying to get it in by Wednesday's episode, but it came in on Thursday. So, anyways, welcome to the Taysom fanhood.
Oh God.
Clay is converting to Mormonism.
Taysomism.
Taysomism.
The Book of Mormon will be in next week.
Hold on,
Some
I
guys on
cut it.
bicycles are
I
bringing
cut
them by.
it. So yeah, there you go. I started our own group. Everybody knows but him.
How many things is this package?
Oh, dude, I took out
It's a pencil.
I took out a whole bunch of paper.
Oh my God.
It's still got stuff going.
Yes.
It's a Taysom prayer candle.
I need it. We need it. We need it.
And then if you notice on his, I don't even know what you call it, cape, I guess it is.
That's his.
It has a Swiss Army knife on there. The
Cloth.
does.
It's
It
his
does.
cloth.
It's his prayer robe.
This might change the season.
There you go.
Light it.
It's the rally candle.
He's gonna have to light it when he plays them on his fantasy.
What are the
team.
Saints now? 2-4.
Yeah.
Yeah. Season changes today. Absolutely.
Let me see it.
I thought that would be perfect for the pod, though. Definitely
I
belongs.
almost bought a Book of Mormon on Amazon the other day. Not joking. I looked at it.
Clay's looking at flights to Utah.
I was wondering because like all our packages get delivered to the nursing home. I was wondering how that was going to get delivered from Amazon to Dad. If it was going to be like specially delivered or something.
Well, no, Book of Mormon, they can't. You can't get Prime shipping on that because it's so slow.
Okay.
Bicycle,
Okay. All right. So yeah, that's hilarious. I like it. It fits the
vibe.
room. Yeah.
It fits the vibe.
Yeah, after last Sunday's episode, I immediately went home and started looking for Taysom, something hilarious, and I come across that was from Etsy, oddly enough. But they also have
they do everything.
AK prayer candles. I mean,
Wow.
you can get them all on there. So
It was just such a surreal moment last week watching Clay actively cheer and root for Taysom Hill to touch the football over and over and over again.
I made a parlay with him today.
Yeah,
Didn't
you
hit,
did.
but yep.
Because you didn't light the candle.
Yeah, that's it.
Didn't light the candle.
All right.
So
All
college
in on
football,
Taysom, baby.
College football.
Yeah.
We need to talk about the big one.
I think so. Tennessee, Bama.
Shootout.
6 versus 3, I believe. And I think they flipped.
They flip-flopped today.
Yeah, they flipped AP poll spots today because Tennessee took them down.
Yes, they did.
At Rocky Top.
That's right.
Oh, Rocky Top.
102,000 people there to watch it go down. Unbelievable.
So this was the first time since 2006, I believe.
2006.
Eric Ainge.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Coming off a massive beat last year. Couple of close calls over the last couple of years.
Yeah.
But this season, despite what the team looked like 18 months ago and what we all thought we were getting ready to see for our season, not only has the start of the season been surprising and enjoyable for Tennessee fans, but to the pinnacle of any Tennessee fans' year is beating Alabama. It's the
And he told me that today.
Yeah.
Or yesterday. I can't remember when it was. And I was like, that game means more to true Tennessee fans than beating Kentucky, because that's always the rivalry you hear about.
Yeah, no, that is a true statement. I mean, I can't. The hatred runs deep between those two organizations and two.
And that would be like if Tech beat LSU, because we think, oh, LSU, that's got to be our big rival.
Yeah.
But LSU's like, what?
Yeah, that's true. That's
not
true.
worried about that. And I think Tennessee has wanted that to be such an important game, and it is for them. But Alabama's never really.
That's right.
That's right.
I mean, think how big it is for LSU fans when we finally, we get the occasional win over Alabama, and it's been since. I mean, Nick Saban went in there in 2006, right? His first year was
correct.
2007, maybe.
First time Tennessee's ever beaten Nick Saban.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's awesome.
I didn't even think about it.
And
like
they play
that.
every year?
Yeah.
Or is it?
Yeah,
okay.
they're the East.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, no, they're not in the East. That's one of the.
That's the
three
rivalries. Okay.
Yeah, like we play Florida every year.
That's insane.
Yeah, I mean it's I am a supporter of any fandom as long as it's healthy fandom, right? As long as fan bases are polite and cordial to each other, I support it. Love your team, but it felt great.
Yeah.
Yesterday to finally get one over on the Tide.
So and no comment about grand theft and destruction of public property.
Now, so there's a little bit of an odd thing happening. So today, there's a fundraising campaign up for new goalposts.
I saw that.
Now
they're wanting the students to give back.
And I see that, and then I think, okay, but I'm very sure I watched the clip of the UT president in his suite last night smoking a cigar right after the victory.
Yeah,
and he was explicitly asked, how much are those new goalposts going to cost? And I believe the quote was, "It doesn't matter.
That's exactly what
we'll
he said.
buy them every year."
That's right.
So why are we now leaning on the fans?
And fun fact, in my new line of work, being head football coach of middle school program, but still I have access to look up junk now. And if you order goalposts through BSN, it's only $6,500 for a new set. So we're not talking about a big chunk of change right here.
I mean, it's PVC pipe.
Yeah, I mean it's thin, probably.
And think what they
thin
made
metal.
yesterday at that game.
Oh my God, dude!
Yeah.
There's no telling.
And now both sets are sitting at the bottom of the Tennessee River where they belong.
That's where they threw them?
Yeah, they belong in the river. That's where the last set went.
After they did the bar crawl?
Yeah, so they made their way out of the tunnel. They made their way down Main Street in Knoxville, and then they found their new home at the bottom of the Tennessee River.
That can't be good for the environment.
No.
Probably not.
I mean,
hopefully AOC does not listen to this.
It might be some bedding for fish. We throw our Christmas trees out. In the lake,
that's
so,
true. That's true.
But the team looked great. They played hard, and
they had the time. There was times where it just kind of looked like Bama was going to pull away. Like you had the mishandled handoff that Bama just walked into the end zone.
God.
You're like, Tennessee's just going to lay down. That was their shot.
So
then they bounce back.
So if you're a Tennessee fan, you know, coming out of the half, the first two drives out of the half, winning or losing going into the half, those are key.
Yeah.
We have seen time and time again where we have looked amazing going in to the stadium at halftime and come out and completely throw the game away. And then we've seen the opposite. So it was very, very important those first couple of drives to come out and show life. And we did. And that final drive, 2 big plays to set up the field goal that if you go back and watch it in slow motion, barely crossed the crossbar.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like
I
inches.
still don't know how it got there.
Can't determine if, and I haven't seen any definitive proof on whether or not a lineman got a hand on that
The
ball.
way that the ball was spinning, something had to have happened.
I can also say, as a former place kicker, right? For you to kick the ball that way and the ball to knuckle like that and go horizontally, you have to kick it so poorly it's probably not going anywhere. Let alone go as far as it did.
40 yards.
So it seems like something happened, but I haven't seen any video.
It just shows you that it was their day.
You think Peyton Manning wheeled it in through the power of his forehead?
It was great watching him light up a cigar on the field. But yeah, I mean it is. And I said it downstairs earlier. We could lose the rest of the season, and as a Tennessee fan, we would still view this as a win, because this is it's sad, right? But there's such a dynasty. There's such a powerhouse that to beat them it's like it's national championship type stuff for us.
It reminds me a lot of how we felt in 2019. Honestly. Yeah, we knew our team was really, really, really good.
But at that time,
that was still our championship up until that, probably for the season.
And they still almost beat us. I mean,
and that's something I told him yesterday. That's what I told him yesterday. I was like, Chase, I've lived through this experience very recently. I'm not comfortable for you yet. And he's just like, he's confident. He's like, oh, I'm good. We're fine. And he was right in the long haul, but like,
it was sketchy.
I was like, man, I've seen this movie.
I could also say, as a place kicker, right? Let's talk about Chase McGrath for one more second. He missed an extra point earlier in that game.
He did.
Wow. A big one.
Kickers.
The mental strain missing an extra point has on you to go to the sideline, come back out, and know that there's 102,000 people in your near vicinity and all these fans at home that have waited this long, and to be put in that situation on top of the stress of knowing you missed an extra point half an hour earlier, that's tough, man.
Now no one even remembers that.
Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
Biggest kick of his life.
He won't buy a beer in Knoxville for himself for a very long time.
Ever.
So yeah, you see the guy that's lined up in the gap there. He shoots through.
He almost blocks it.
Bill's going into full replay mode here.
That dude looks like a freaking brick house.
Look, he got
jumps
through,
right over
he
the
got
line.
through the gap.
Isn't
I
that
don't
illegal?
know how he didn't block it. It's okay in college now, I think.
Oh.
Well, you can't jump directly over the center.
He
You
jumps
can't
the
hit
gap.
the center. So the ball's about to be kicked, and he's got his hands.
Oh, he is right there.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm telling
right,
you, I was watching. I was like, uh-oh.
He is right in
Yeah,
front.
that would make sense. I mean, because his leg looks clean. He's coming through at a good angle. That looks like a solid kick, and that guy
his
is
hands up.
right there.
I mean, he's
Yeah,
right
he's there.
There's just no way, man. Like you said, everything from him looks normal.
He looks great. Something had to touch that ball, and it
He even kept the belly
guys. I'm
pointing
telling
straight.
you. In fact, if you watch,
It's just-
If you see
the referees, they actually lean back and look under the crossbar to look straight up because they weren't going to be sure if it was going to. And then, by the way, the refs promptly haul butt.
Yeah.
Oh, they
off that
sprinted.
field.
Yeah.
They
I wonder who got the ball.
ran.
Did
Don't
they
know.
get the ball?
Some random guy. It's in the river.
That kid needs the ball.
It barely. It didn't even make it past the first line of security.
And you notice how they snap it? They're like snapping it from like at an angle back.
Oh, they
to
are.
center him up.
Whoa.
Check it out.
That's cool.
Huh. I've never seen that.
Whatever works.
Wow.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Oh, that team got it. They handed off to one of the play guys.
Huh.
So yeah, I mean that's it.
Yeah.
That's college football to me at its
Look at
finest. You know,
Fireworks.
How about
awesome.
Hendon Hooker?
I mean,
Heisman moments.
Yeah.
All throughout that game. You know, and
That's what Crane said. Before we started. Peyton was the only guy on the pod who like really gave Tennessee a chance. He's like, "Hey guys," but I was saying that Crane also said that, and he said it was his Heisman moment.
Oh, without a doubt. Yeah. Without a doubt.
And 21 for 30, was that 385 yards, 5 touchdowns, made many plays with his legs. Like, yeah, he did it all. Went toe to toe with Bryce Young the whole game.
How about 6 receptions for 5 touchdowns?
Yeah.
Tying a school
that's
record.
that's that Randy Moss
207
line.
yards.
Exactly.
That's that
Travis
picture they
Travis
always put
Kelce
up.
line.
So that's the guy. So Hyatt's the guy who was quoted saying that he smelled the smoke on the field at Alabama last year, and with 3 minutes left in the game, getting beat by 30 points, and smelled the victory smoke, and was already and 3 minutes left, they're firing it up, and he said it was an awful experience. And he used that to motivate him for this game, and I would say that it was quite good motivation.
Plus, it was a little motivational.
Because that is a phenomenal stat line.
And talk about him stepping up in the absence of whoever the number 1 wide receiver is. I can't remember his name still. I mean, that's not even the true number 1, and he did this to Bama.
Well, and we got we had some off the field issues that caused some defensive stars to be unavailable as well.
Kyle, you still good over there?
Is that me?
Yeah. We always have something happen.
I was trying to look and see what his Jalen Hyatt's recruitment looked like. Like, is he a 3-star guy, 4-star?
He came from not Florida, USC.
Quick stats, Bill.
No, the other wide receiver did. The other wide receiver transferred.
He was a 4-star.
Yeah,
y'all had one, I remember.
He was a 4-star, so he was solid.
Well, he's born in South Carolina.
He ain't no chump. Yeah.
Number 3 player in the state of South Carolina that year.
In South Carolina, huh?
Jadeveon Clowney go back to school?
Yeah, that's interesting. And only 6 foot 180. Not like he was.
That's what. Yeah, I saw that.
Big freak or nothing.
Yeah, and I was kind of wondering. I was like, man, is this even like a big name dude, or is he a walk on, or what?
Yeah. Very, very excited for that, though. It makes the SEC even more interesting this year because if you look at Tennessee's schedule, they got some more big games coming up. I'm really excited to see the Tennessee offense versus the Georgia defense. That's going to be a heck of a matchup.
That's going to be best on best.
After what Tennessee was able to do to our defense, not that our defense is that great, but
it's better than Bama's probably.
Yeah, I think that Tennessee's got a good shot at that game too.
Yeah, that game's going to come down to Georgia's offense versus Tennessee's defense, probably.
Yeah,
and it's going to open the door for what we kind of discussed the other day: possible 3 teams from the SEC making the playoffs.
Yeah,
because if Tennessee goes and loses to Georgia, and that's it, that's all they lose to. Georgia runs the table, meets Bama in the SEC championship game, and then Bama beats Georgia.
How can you
got
not?
3 teams with 1 loss.
Well, I saw
There's
that.
no way you can keep them all out.
I saw that, and then
hold on.
You can
USC
also
losing helps that.
You can also throw Ole Miss into that.
I didn't think about Ole Miss.
You can have 4 SEC teams with 1 loss.
What do you do?
Yeah, and then you're going to have Ohio State or Michigan be undefeated, and then you're going to have Clemson probably be undefeated.
You meet at a truck stop in the middle of nowhere.
You expand the playoffs.
Flip a
coin.
Oh, wait, there we go.
Buffalo nickel.
Lane Kiffin was part of that discussion, so we just ruled them out.
Okay, true.
We just take them out, so they're automatically.
They might lose at LSU Saturday.
I think they can lose at LSU.
Fingers crossed.
I do.
Hey, what was up with the penalties? I didn't see much of the first half. So
Nick Saban is going to commit a murder probably.
Yeah.
Monday.
17 penalties for 130 yards for Bama and only 6 penalties for Tennessee.
I made that comment.
They might roll. They might roll through the
gosh.
entire campus.
But
Monday.
they also almost doubled their time of possession. So
yeah. Because Tennessee was scoring in like quick bursts.
Yeah, no, we took advantage.
Yeah.
When we had the ball, we took advantage of having the ball, and Alabama did help with the penalties. But when we needed to, we made really big plays.
Yeah, I mean, the time of possession, 37 minutes for Bama and 22 for Tennessee.
That is miraculous because you also lost in the turnover ratio as well,
Yep.
which that's a huge metric.
Just makes
Was
it
there
even
any
more
special
impressive.
teams point, like any return kicks or anything like that? No?
A fumbled punt,
Yeah.
a muff punt for Auburn,
Bama.
not Auburn, Alabama.
Okay.
They
Yeah,
muffed
that's
a
big.
punt.
Yeah.
But no points.
Yeah.
Y'all didn't score after that?
I think they
No,
scored
no
like
point,
immediately.
meaning
They
I
didn't
thought
score
he
right
said,
that second.
Like, no
Oh,
one
yeah, they didn't
returned
score off it.
anything.
No,
The
no.
defensive touchdown is only like different thing.
Now, do y'all believe what they're putting right there on ESPN that it was 99% full at that stadium?
Oh, 100%.
No, yeah.
I believe that might have been. I think they're off by a
It might
couple.
have
they had
been 102%
They're
full.
saying they had 500 seats missing.
460 people had to or didn't show up.
Yeah.
Sure.
They got too drunk before.
Yeah,
the
they
game to
passed
make it
out. They
in the
passed out in the
stadium.
parking lot.
That's 406 season ticket holders that didn't make it inside.
So they barely clipped that over, didn't they?
Oh yeah. What about that?
101 points.
And I think I know I did. I said that might go under. I know I did. Yeah, you
I
did.
thought it was. I bet the straight money line for Tennessee to win, but I saw the points, and at the time it was 66, and I said I can't see neither defense showing up in this game. I just can't.
Yeah.
Like I could not
And
fathom.
they did not.
They did not.
And so,
And it's so weird to see that because, the SEC has normally been built upon defense.
And especially Alabama.
Especially
Alabama don't allow 52.
no interceptions thrown on either side, right? Not a single one.
I think Tennessee had one.
Tennessee had one.
It was the I think it was tipped or something maybe.
Yeah.
Okay,
one
yeah,
interception.
okay. Just the one.
That's just it's weird.
Yeah, I mean defense. It was, and what was
non-existent.
Hooker's percentage? What are you 21 for 30?
Yes.
21
so a
21 for
little
30
over
with-
66
with 6 touchdowns.
Yeah. So yeah, about 70%. And freaking Young throws for 455. That says. That's insane.
And
Heck of a
that's- hey,
game.
that's the other thing. Alabama almost played that game without him.
Yeah. Yet he still showed up and threw for that.
Yep.
That's essentially talking about the Bama LSU 2019. Tua about didn't play that game, goes out there and throws for like 6 touchdowns against us and almost beats us. Yeah. Heck of a game, though. I think we need to move on from this. But that was definitely the key point of the whole weekend, probably.
How long till they play Georgia?
I believe it's Tennessee plays UT Martin, then they play Kentucky, then they play Georgia.
The 5th. November 5th.
Oh, same day as LSU Bama.
Oh, God.
Ooh. So LSU Bama will not be getting the CBS
They
game,
will not
right?
be played on CBS. That's correct.
Yeah. Wow. We know where College Game Day will be. It
I
will
was
be at Georgia.
I was worried that Georgia was playing them like next week.
No.
And I was going
No,
to say
Tennessee
that's not,
they
that would
get
not be
they
good
get
for
a
Tennessee.
they get an easy game this week
That's
against
good. That's
UT
good.
Martin.
Let
That's
them
a good
recuperate.
follow-up, yeah.
Definitely.
Let them get off of cloud 9, come back and then kind of grind it out for the next week.
Give me UT Martin on the spread. Tennessee's
Trap
drunk.
game. Trap game.
T.
They
Martin.
don't have uprights. They can't play.
T. Martin doesn't have any more eligibility.
There you go.
He's done.
All right. Well, what's next? Georgia took care of Vanderbilt. I guess we could mention that real quick. What does that say? 55-0? My God. Okay. Yeah. Georgia's back. We kind of thought they were going to struggle a little bit after that, Kent State game and then Missouri game, but
And Samford, or no, was that Clemson? Clemson played Samford.
yeah, Clemson played Samford.
Vanderbilt had 150 yards total offense.
Good Lord.
Wow.
Not good.
Not good.
Hey,
Not good.
Old friend Eric Gilbert had a touchdown for Georgia.
Oh, he actually played.
He had 2 catches. Good for him.
Heck yeah. I guess that shows how bad that game got.
Yeah, they put him in.
Yeah. So what's next? I saw Clemson, Florida State. Florida State about came back on them. Clemson though they've answered every test pretty much this year.
They have.
They're out of tests so far. I guess their next one will be whoever they have to play in the ACC championship.
That'd be North Carolina. I can't ever remember how they
Yeah.
split them up in the
I think
ACC.
all the good teams are on one side.
Did y'all watch any of this game? Did y'all see any of it? I didn't.
I watched
see
I didn't get
very
to watch hardly
little.
any of anything.
I'm surprised it was that close.
That was our big Clemson bet, though. Like, everyone on the Dirty Boot bets had something involving Clemson, and they all hit. So, yes, Clemson has Syracuse, Wake Forest, Florida State, and NC State in their Atlantic side.
The spread was 3.5, and we were all like, "There's no way that's not going to be this." And it was closer than I thought it would be.
Yeah,
Clemson is actually the only bet I hit yesterday.
Hey, you'll get on fire, but give it
to
time.
Florida State for getting somewhat relevant again.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
they're
good. That's good for that
competing.
conference. That conference needs somebody else.
Yeah, they're competing week in, week out.
Yeah,
it's good for LSU.
But Clemson really
makes
didn't.
LSU look really good right now.
Clemson didn't light it up offensively though.
Yeah, which they
360.
went out to a big lead. Because look, that's
He scored no points in the fourth quarter.
34 to 14.
24-14.
Yeah.
Oh, 34.
34 to
Yeah.
14 going into the fourth. So they probably just
That's when they probably
took their
started
foot off the
feeding
gas.
Shipley.
Yeah.
Unlikely.
I hate that though, man. I hate to see it.
Taking the foot off the gas.
It just people taking their foot off the gas.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see if Philly does this on this game we're watching right now.
What about USC Utah?
Yeah, USC Utah.
That was a disappointment on that parlay we were working on.
Our dirty boot parlay that killed it, but
it also killed the Pac-12's shot at getting a team in the playoffs. In my opinion.
UCLA's alive.
UCLA's not as good as USC, I don't think. Though.
But they're alive. If they went out,
that's the only team they have left. Yeah, Oregon's ranked higher than them right now, but Oregon's already got a loss, and that ain't gonna help nothing.
Yeah.
Utah comes back, has the biggest segment of the entire game in the fourth quarter, and wins the game.
Yeah,
it was close. It was
we were watching that on the way home, I think, from Natchitoches.
Yeah, I was watching the play-by-play. USC fell to 12 in the rankings. Oregon's at 10. UCLA's at 9. Utah's at 15. Pac-12's just everywhere, man. It's a fun conference.
They've been a lot better than people expected them to be, I think, the Pac-12 as a whole.
Yeah.
With all the rumors like people leaving and everything, you know.
Yeah, and I think USC was a lot more relevant than people expected this year.
Yes. They became relevant a lot more quicker.
Thought it would be at least another year.
Yeah, everybody thought let Lane Kiffin crap chase. Let Lincoln Riley get his feet wet, you know, and then let Caleb Williams get used to living in California, and then they'll be okay. Nope, Caleb Williams is lighting it up left and right. He threw 5 touchdowns.
Now, if he can just find a defense, maybe old Tackett from Manny's gonna transform it.
Tackett's a bum.
Yeah, screw him.
I can tell you, he better not play as dirty as I saw him play the other night.
How did they do against Winfield?
Winfield's down 14-7 at half. Came out, Manny scored, so it's 21-7. Winfield answered, 21-14, and they gave Manny all they wanted, man. And Manny pulled away a little bit at the end, but
it was a close 3 quarters, right?
Questionable play calling on Winfield's side, not utilizing the playmakers they had access to. But aside from that, it was a great game. I
was proud of Winfield. I'll say that. I was very proud.
Those kids played extremely hard, and the game got kind of nasty there towards the end.
Very, very chippy.
Manny played
led by Tackett Curtis. By the way,
absolutely led by.
Really,
they had. I want to say they had 6, maybe 7 unsportsmanlike conduct penalties.
Wow,
in the fourth quarter, when up by more than 2 touchdowns.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
And up to and including the final play of the game, they had an unsportsmanlike penalty called on them after the final whistle had been
and they were just trying to drain the clock, kind of. And they played Tackett. They were up by I think it was 28 maybe or 21 or something like that with less than 2 minutes
and
left.
he played
Tackett
the whole
played
night,
every snap,
both sides of the ball.
And you can kind of tell that they're trying to just.
What does he play on the offensive side? Running back,
quarterback.
Yeah,
he can't throw the ball.
He don't throw.
He's awful.
He hands it off. They do a little stuff with him, trying to let him get outside.
I watched that in the meet championship game last year. They did nothing on offense.
No.
Jonesboro put up like 26 on the meet last year. I think Manny scored 6.
It was 6 or 10.
6, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would have been a Manny beatdown if we would have.
I think we would have scored on Manny. I honestly do last year. But yeah, that's. I don't think Xavier's going to make it through the game this week against Manny if they're being chippy like that.
Yeah, they're going to go after.
That's going to be fun.
It was pretty bad.
Let's just hope it's after halftime.
They're going to find him and they're going to.
Yeah, he's been a target all year, I'm sure, after the LSU commitment. So
doesn't help anything. And him and Tackett have gotten into it on Twitter numerous times.
Mm-hmm.
So,
really?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But the Manny folks are good about that. It's back in the.
I hate Manny.
Well, when Charles Scott was in high school.
Oh yeah, LSU.
Dude, the Manny Jonesboro stuff on, especially on like KenRamsey.com when that was a thing.
Ken
Holy
Ramsey.
cow, there was some nastiness on there.
Well, I'm leading it right now on Sportsline, so I hate them guys. They talk a lot of crap to only have 2 state championships.
They're not near as good.
Their first one came in like 2015, and then their second one was in the COVID year.
I'm all for, as I said earlier, fans being fans and being proud. I'm all for teams being proud and getting in the moment, right? Unsportsmanlike conduct penalties up by more than 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter as the winning team. I don't think I've ever seen that.
And then your fans going online and saying that it's a shame that Winfield's happy that they lost by that they're happy that there was a 4-touchdown game, but they're still happy of how they played.
And the scoreboard was not did not represent that game at all.
And it was all because Mandy didn't execute well, not because Winfield played well.
Yeah, no shot is because of Winfield playing.
I
well
witnessed on more than one occasion a Manny player getting up from the ground, and upon getting up, using the face mask of a Winfield player to drive them back into the ground in order to help themselves up off the ground. So it's some pretty nasty stuff.
Yeah, screw Manny. I hate him.
That's enough on the Manny talk.
Yeah.
So something else about people that are dirty. Penn State.
God, they're horrible.
The Fighting Joe Paz.
Yes.
they
Phil,
did
you're
not.
a big, Phil, you're a big fan of Penn State, right?
Right.
Not since the Sandusky days.
The legacy side of the Penn State.
You chose them as your number one bet this week.
You sure did. You're asking to put the statue back up for Paterno.
That's what I heard.
You bet Penn State this week?
Yeah, he did. That was his number one bet of the week.
Really?
Oh yes, I was.
How'd that feel?
That parlay was kicked by what, 12:30?
That's worse than that NASCAR race that Clay bet that time.
Yes. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. The 500 lap one that the Grambling car crashed in like lap 7. He just had to finish top 20.
He didn't finish 20 laps.
No.
That didn't even require a wheel change.
No. And no, it wasn't even like a wreck.
He just pulled over on the
like
side of the road and
it was
sat
like
there
an engine
waiting for help to
malfunction.
show up.
It wasn't even a wreck that time. The car just broke.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks to Barstool for giving me a free bet on NASCAR.
So Penn State, Bill, what was your reasoning behind that? What was the thought process?
I think this is the Sandusky anniversary or something, right?
I think Michigan was overhyped.
Well,
I didn't think they were as good, but a couple of those long touchdowns.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I
Michigan
may have been
will
wrong.
run the ball down your throat.
My gosh, yeah, they were. I didn't expect that.
And Sean Clifford is who we thought he was.
Overaged and playing college football.
Yeah, he's one of the old guys. He's a college quarterback. That's exactly what it is. 7 for 19, 120 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 picks. Yeah.
Rough day at the office for James Franklin.
Edwards was the one. Donovan Edwards from Michigan. That's the one that.
And then Blake Corum. He's probably top 5 for Heisman right now. He had a 5 touchdown game a couple weeks ago, I believe.
I think it's going to be Hendon Hooker's to lose though right now.
If he runs a schedule, yeah. But if this kid goes out there and wins out and beats Ohio State, he's right there.
It's gonna be questionable.
He needs to look good in that loss if they lose to Georgia.
Well, exactly. The 5 touchdowns by the same guy, by Hyatt. That's going to put a lot of that on. Well, you got great playmakers out there making plays.
Yeah.
He's going to need to come up and show himself in another game of equal significance in order to show that it's him throwing the ball.
Weird, but the 20 completions thing is weird too. For throwing
that's
for
just big
300
plays.
something yards,
21 for 30.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he needs,
playmakers
he needs to
made
get about
plays,
30. Yeah,
and I get that he threw the ball that they caught. I get it.
Yeah.
But you can't. You gotta see that happen
and
again.
obviously we're nitpicking.
Yeah, sure,
obviously.
absolutely.
And that's what people probably did when Joe Burrow won it.
I want to say before that game he was probably in number 5 in top 5.
Yeah.
And now I want to say he's probably top 3, but I don't want to say he's blatantly number 1. And that's coming from a Tennessee fan.
Yeah.
But give him another week like that, one more. Yeah.
If he has 3 or 4 touchdowns against Georgia, I don't know how he's not the favorite.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Because like everybody knows, Georgia's defense is the best in the country.
Mm-hmm.
It just is because of Kirby Smart.
Another upset, Oklahoma State.
Yeah, OK State, they fall. Heck of a game, though. Back and forth all the way. I believe OK State tied it late, or was it Tennessee that tied it late in the fourth? I mean, not Tennessee, TCU. Does that say 14-0, Bill? In the
13-0.
The fourth was 14-0.
Wow.
So
wow. So, yeah, it's Tennessee that made the late comeback. Heck of a receiver that TCU has. Scroll down. What's the kid's name? Johnston, maybe? Yeah.
Quentin.
He's legit. And TCU, they're just flying under the radar, but
very much under the radar.
Explosive offense.
Lincoln Riley's brother. He's the OC.
And Sonny Dykes head coach, right?
Shout out Tech legend,
Bill.
Baby.
Sonny Dykes. I missed him. Okay.
Can we get him back?
He was a good AD.
coach
How long
now.
ago? When was he
is he
coaching
the one
at
that
Tech?
passed up the Independence Bowl that year? Was that when he was coaching?
I think
Yes.
so.
Was that when he was coaching?
It was our first year in the WAC, which was 2001.
Okay.
And then because
When did he stop coaching?
Who?
Dykes.
When
Uh,
did he
Dykes
go to
after
Tennessee?
Dooley?
Dykes was after Dooley.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I remember watching him coach Colby Cameron on them.
Then it must have been 2010 or 2011.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
Skip's been here.
Skip's there for like a
was here
decade.
7, 8, 9 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Heck
What a
of a
story,
game, though.
You know, what a story.
Only 286 yards passing by TCU, and they scored 43. That's crazy.
And it kind of verifies what they did last week, or validates what they did last week against Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Because Oklahoma had the excuse of, we didn't have Gabriel the whole game, but it really wasn't going to matter. Then they come out here and do this against a top 10 team in Oklahoma State. Like, they might be somewhat legit, you know.
Yeah, they're looking good. The quarterback's really good. Has he been TCU his whole career? Quick stats. He has. Wow. Shout out to him.
Because Tech stole
4-year
their
starter.
quarterback.
Yeah, that's true.
Downing.
4-year starter. It looks like.
He's
Why couldn't we
Downing
get this guy?
sucks.
yeah.
Why couldn't we get Duggan?
Back it up. Let's see TCU's schedule.
They haven't played Texas yet.
That's true, and they got Ewers. Texas
Texas
looking
is
good.
back.
Yeah. K-State.
Yep,
Wow.
K-State next week.
That's a heck of a game right there. K-State's still hanging around. Yeah, you still got Texas Tech, who's looking good. I mean, all the Big 12 teams can beat anybody. I think we've determined that.
I was going to say those last 4 are.
Yeah, and even at
not
West
gimmies.
Virginia, that's
Yeah.
tough.
Yeah.
Oh, the Pat and
West
Pat
Virginia.
McAfee's
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the brand.
for the brand.
That at Texas game, though, that might be a game day pick right
If
around
they
there.
keep winning, that'll be a game day.
Yeah. Excited though for the Big 12. Big 12 and Pac-12 they're just fun conferences this
They're
year.
shutting everybody up.
They are.
You know, because everybody's like, they just need to dissolve and just go away. Nope. They're relevant this year.
Yeah,
for
and
sure.
it helps out college football as a whole because it's not just like, we've got Bama, we've got Georgia, we've got Ohio State and Michigan, you know, and Clemson. We've got other teams that are in the Big 12 and Pac-12 that they're playing each other every week, and you think that these are like legit games. Like I think there might be more teams in the Big 12 that are better than there are teams in the SEC.
Oh,
I think so.
that's a statement.
I mean, I think TCU, Texas,
Like there's more top end teams.
yeah, like
I would
because
say
I
there's
think
more parity in.
I think the
Big
bottom
12
I think
than
the bottom of
SEC.
the SEC is worse than the bottom of the Big 12,
Oh, absolutely. Because you got Vanderbilt still.
and that hasn't been the case for a while though.
yeah.
That I think that shows just the progress of the conference, which
And the
is
fact
soon
that
to
they
be
want
dissolving.
Yeah, the fact they want to still be a conference. You
Yeah.
know?
So let's see, Syracuse at the Carrier Dome.
Before we get to that one, I can't figure out Ole Miss.
Oh, okay.
Are
Yeah.
they good or bad or both? Their defense looked really good the other day against Kentucky.
Yeah.
And then they come out here and play against Auburn and give up 34 to TJ Finley. Like, what are we doing?
Did TJ Finley play?
TJ Finley played like most of that game, I'm pretty
Really?
sure.
Wow.
I know they put him in whenever I watched a little bit of it. And we lost our internet.
Did we really?
We did.
Bill, start
Okay.
bringing Elon, okay?
I don't know why that happened, but yeah, Ole Miss. They seem to have the offense, but I don't know
And
if the Lane Kiffin team will be able to bring up that defense.
It's weird because a couple weeks ago they were saying the complete opposite. They were like, this is not a normal Ole Miss team because they actually have a defense, but their offense is suspect. And now that just shows you they're inconsistent. You know, it's really, really, really strange to me. And it kind of gives me hope for Saturday for LSU.
Yeah, I mean,
Definitely gives me hope.
they ran for 448 yards. Holy crap!
Who did Auburn?
Ole Miss,
Jesus.
448 yards. They had 3 different 100-yard rushers and then a 63-yard rusher.
Well, they won't do that on LSU because that's the strength of our defense by a large margin. So as long as they're not slinging it all over the field, then we might be okay.
But the thing is, their quarterback ain't bad either. 9 for 19, 130 yards, and 3 touchdowns. And that's Jackson Dart. He's
USC boy.
he's got experience. That's insane. But that's what they're gonna do. They got the Evans kid who,
oh yeah, former
all the talent in the
top
world,
3 recruit,
and then someone named Quinshawn Judkins, freshman from Alabama. Actually, wow. But yeah, they're answering the test along the way. They've had the Kentucky game, which was
that they should have lost, but they won it.
Yeah, and I think it kind of shows something positive for them to win that low-scoring defensive battle, then go and win a game where
shootout. Yeah,
it's not. Well, it wasn't much of a shootout as it was. They just put up a lot of points and put them away, and they kind of took their foot off the gas as well. Let's see, Ole Miss. Yeah, Ole Miss has LSU, A&M, Bama, Arkansas, Mississippi State. Man, that's tough. So next game is, let's see, Illinois, Minnesota. Illinois kept it going. Brett Bielema, right?
Yeah. Who'd they beat?
Minnesota. Minnesota had the running back back.
Are they going to get rid of PJ Fleck?
Oh, I don't know about that. Oh,
Because they
wow.
haven't taken it to another step yet.
Well,
everybody just keeps thinking they would.
Our boy Tanner Morgan, 4 for 12 with 21 yards.
Talk about an old quarterback. He's about 26.
Yes, that's
bald too. He ain't got no hair.
Yeah.
That
Shout out to Illinois though. Their only loss is to Indiana somehow, but they've got Nebraska, Michigan State, Purdue at Michigan. That's interesting, and then Northwestern. So number 18 team in the country. They might be top 15, top 10 against Michigan. So,
nah, they'll find a way to lose one of those other games because that's just what Illinois does.
Yeah. But when's the last time they were relevant?
Rashard Mendenhall.
Yeah, and weren't they one of the teams that we listed out on our hasn't hosted a game day thing, Bill?
Correct. Yep.
Yeah, Illinois was.
Illinois was like one of the 7.
The only one in the Big Ten.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, because we had thought that.
Hey, thanks, Chance. I'm using your internet from your house.
Is it going to work?
It's working.
Well, I'll be. Look at that. You're welcome. I take cash or credit.
So is Illinois Purdue going to draw a game day on November 12th?
No.
No.
Heck no.
Just get it there for the fun of it.
So did we actually go through Kentucky, Mississippi State, or was that?
We did not actually.
Did Levis play?
Wait a minute. Oh, I meant Ole Miss. Ole Miss Auburn is what I was
that we
talking
talked enough about it.
Yeah,
Okay.
we don't need to get the
Cooper Rush just do another pick.
But no, he's better than anybody the Saints got, man.
Will Levis
That's
did
what
play.
Facebook says.
17 for 23 for 230 yards and a touchdown.
He's a bum.
Yeah. I'm not impressed with
He's
him.
not a top 5 pick like everybody thinks he's going to be.
Yeah, I don't really see that either, but hey, people are going to draft based on he's got the body type, he's probably got the instincts.
When I was watching it, I watched some of that game, and it was like the announcers. He would make one pass, and they would hype it up. Oh, there's that arm talent, you know.
What channel aired it?
I think I was streaming it through my app. So
I bet it was on SEC Network.
Yeah,
probably.
I think
that'd be good old ESPN try to hype up that draft crap.
It was.
So that would make sense.
My new favorite player name,
Cavassier
Smoke.
Ooh. Put him against Smoke Harris.
Oh my
Who's faster?
god!
Well, Smoke Harris has a beer gut.
Pass
Smoke
it to
Harris has a beer gut.
Cavassier.
Yeah.
Instead of pass to Cavassier.
Yeah, Kentucky though, Mississippi State. It looked like they were. I thought Mississippi State was kind of turning it around and was going to be a tough test the rest of the way, but only 17 points for an offense that
Mike Leach.
It looked really good. 203 yards from Will Rogers. That's disappointing. 22 yards rushing. Not great there. So they get to have the pleasure of going to Bama this week, I believe.
Would y'all take Will Rogers over Levis? Over Will
Honestly,
Levis?
Well, given I think Rogers is old. So, I don't know.
Rogers is definitely a senior.
He's a junior. Wow.
Hey, he's from Brandon, Mississippi. We drive through there all the time.
Huh.
They have a Baskin Robbins that's really hard to get to.
They do.
Don't ask me how I remember that. They just
Mississippi State goes to Bama this week, though. So how bad is Bama going to win?
Bama's going to shut them out, win by 48 points probably.
They open as a 21.5-point favorite.
There's no way.
No way?
That they don't.
This is my upset of the week.
Oh, my
You think Mississippi State's going to beat Bama?
What was that, Penn State? What'd you say?
Not after the Tennessee game. No, that won't.
Yeah,
happen.
exactly.
Saban is going to sacrifice some poor team at the altar.
I thought you were going to say some poor child at the altar.
Don't doubt Saban. He's got devil on his side.
Nick Satan.
Syracuse, though, Carrier Dome was rocking 24-9 against NC State, which NC State they lost their quarterback for the year, so definitely not a top 15 team as it says.
Not as impressive as a win as it would have been 3 weeks ago.
It's not, but hey, for
for
Syracuse,
them
Cuse keeps it going.
I really thought NC State was going to beat Clemson.
Yeah,
I mean,
and it was a close one.
Yeah,
and they had the quarterback then. But the Cuse gets to go to Clemson this week. 11 a.m. kickoff, actually. That'll be a fun one. 6-0 versus 7-0. There continues to be good games like every week now, like multiple good games, and I think that helps with the Big 12 and the Pac-12 having so many good teams. That it's not just like the top 1 or 2 SEC games, right. Or Ohio State playing a low-ranked Big 10 school, but now you get you've got random schools like in the ACC, Syracuse.
Wake Forest.
Those aren't schools that you're used to being excited for.
In football, anyway.
Yes. Yeah. So next,
Oklahoma did to Kansas what we all kind of thought they'd end up doing.
Yeah.
Kansas is back down to earth because they lost their quarterback, and hey, Dylan Gabriel's back. Good for him. I'm gonna start betting Oklahoma again.
That's very true. Yeah. They'll be the dogs probably the rest of the way.
Yep, I'll start betting that.
I did not expect them to cover. I mean, to hit
score
the
that
over.
many.
Yeah,
that's a lot of points.
Yeah, I think
because
someone had the under bet, right?
Yeah, I did. 62.5. I thought,
Oklahoma almost did that themselves.
They almost covered that for you, Bill.
Jeez.
Yeah.
This is why I have a day job.
That's why you're not a professional gambler. And this is a good reason why it's not legal in Jackson Parish.
We don't know what we're doing.
He could have live bet it.
We have no experience. That's what it is. We just need to lose more money.
Practice, man. Let's practice.
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 The only time you lose is when you quit.
1-800-GAMBLER.com.
That's Ty's motto.
Yeah. Ty, who bet UConn plus 9.5, and then live bet Ball State money line.
He hedged his bet,
and it hit both sides.
Well, you're allowed to bet on Ball State?
Yes, that's yeah. Ball State ended up winning by 5.
Dude, Ty will bet on a sumo wrestling match.
Well, we've seen him bet on Portuguese basketball or something like that one time.
Yeah, he's a fiend.
Oh, well, yeah, or North Korean
badminton,
baseball and basketball.
All kinds of junk.
Yeah.
He's like, a 160 on the Dragons. The Dragons? What?
The Shanghai Ducks.
Yeah. Oh, they're good. They're good.
What's they're doing this year?
Let's see. I guess we could talk LSU.
I didn't even get to watch it. I watched the highlights.
Kyle, did you watch it?
A little bit of it.
So where's Peyton?
Yeah, Peyton's on his way home from New Orleans. He went to the
Burrow show.
I would say the massacre, but he went to go watch Joe Burrow light up the Saints.
And Jamar.
He's
down there somewhere.
He was down there a lot.
Burrow wore a Jamar Chase jersey.
Heck yeah, he did.
Today.
When you saw that, you knew that there's about to be something special.
Did y'all see what he said? He got asked about signing autographs and everything. Mm-hmm. Like, because he was signing autographs for the game, and that's not something that NFL players do. But he said, I wanted to give back to the Louisiana community because they gave so much for me and stuff like that. So
how can you not love
yeah.
Class act.
I'm not no love lost. They went out there and did their thing. And I mean, we were diminished in the secondary. You don't want Roby, who's a glorified nickelback covering one of the best receivers in the league.
We missed Marshawn Lattimore.
Yeah.
And we missed our top 4 receivers.
We were diminished
I was told we were
across
not
the
going to be
board.
talking about Nickelback.
I mean, we can talk
I
Nickelback.
made that explicitly clear.
That's a part of Chase's contract.
Yeah,
Upstairs.
no Nickelback.
How about them Avett brothers? How about them?
But shout out to LSU though, and shout out to freaking Jaden Daniels.
Jaden
Yeah,
Downs had himself a day.
He aired it out.
He didn't even get the game ball from Brian Kelly.
That
What are we
pissed me
doing,
off.
man?
That pissed me
Get the
off.
ball-
Who did he give it to?
Josh Williams. He had
Not our Josh Williams.
God, what did he do?
Yeah, he had 14 carries for 106 yards and 0 touchdowns, while Jaden had 400 yards all-purpose and 6 touchdowns. No big deal. Yeah.
Jaden done got a game ball this year, though, so I think he wanted to spread
So-
the love.
He had the freaking game of his career.
So did Kayshawn finally crawl out from under the rock?
Yes.
Well,
Him
I
and
mean,
Brian
he was
Kelly
targeted.
were hugging
Yeah.
each other all throughout the post game. So
Hopefully that's a sign of things to come.
it's nice to see that. Our defense, of course, that's still alarming, but
Yeah, it is.
it's gonna happen, man. Like we've been saying all year, our DBs are horrible.
Hey, and
They're
hard.
not LSU DBs.
It's hard to go in the swamp and do that.
yeah. It's
Well,
tough.
and didn't Richardson hit like a 60-yard bomb first minute?
And he had an 81-yard
51,
touchdown
51
rush.
yards.
51-yard throw the first minute of the game, and then scroll up, Bill.
He had an 81-yard
He finished
rush.
with 185 yards passing. So
And no shoes were thrown.
that's true.
There were no
That's true.
shoes.
No shoes. Yeah.
And there
But
was
hey,
no
there
fog.
there was another legendary kick, though. Ramos made that kick to put it at 10 points and kind of took the pressure off the defense at the end, so that was good.
Everyone's favorite Jack Besh fumbled.
Oh, another
yet
fumble?
again.
Really?
Yeah, on was that kickoff or punt,
Punt.
this time?
Yeah.
He might
Are you
not be
serious?
fielding punts
Yeah.
anymore. Yeah.
Oh, and another punt return.
Yeah.
I think he's abandoned his lunch pail mentality.
Yeah.
He's gotten too flashy. He started wearing an
Yeah.
arm sleeve and
That's
stuff,
true.
man.
Yeah, no.
Screw him. He ain't a true
He's not putting
hard
the work
worker.
in.
He
He's
ain't
not a
watching
true
enough film.
fellow. Yeah.
Yeah. He's no longer more quick than fast.
No.
There's no
At
shot he was the last one out of practice this week.
Heck no. He showed up late probably and left early.
Yeah. Wow.
Driving like a Ferrari or something.
He also got hurt this game.
He looks like he was probably involved in a hit and run in Baton Rouge.
Oh,
Holy
God.
cow.
Wow, Bill.
Dang.
Too soon. Too soon. Too
right.
soon. We see we see why you bet Penn State.
Yeah, it all makes sense.
Yeah.
Gonna drop a bow.
Shout out to Jaden
Bristol
Daniels, though.
reference,
That
man.
excites
That's
me.
Rough.
Yeah, good for Jaden Daniels.
I'm sure Nussmeier could have done it though.
Oh, absolutely.
Anything else?
That's
Arkansas
pretty much
BYU, the weirdest game of the year, probably 52-35.
Rednecks beat down the Mormons.
Still don't understand why they played.
Yeah, no one knew why
At
this
this
was
time of the
happening.
year.
Taysom Hill did not send his powers to the Cougars. I just realized Zach Wilson played for BYU. They're the
Yeah, he did.
Cougars.
He's always loved Cougars.
Wow.
He's always been a Cougar.
Whoa, what is that receiver for BYU?
Puka Naku.
Okay.
Puka Naku.
Shout out to him. 8 catches, 141 yards, and a touchdown.
Click on old Pookie. See what that's about.
See if he's a fellow.
He's Hawaiian.
All right.
No, he's Hawaiian for sure.
No, he's a
No,
Utah.
he is
He is BYU
native?
to the death.
Samoan. He's
Is he
Samoan.
native? Samoan. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, Samoan.
All right.
No, Provo, Utah. He was born there.
Do you know where that is?
That's where BYU is.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Okay.
His parents must work there.
Only reason why I knew that. town's name.
Tech, Bill. You watched it, I think, right? Sadly.
Until I stopped.
Parker McNeil.
Yeah,
did not
it
have a
was-
good day.
Mosey got in. Kick
I
return.
didn't even see it.
Yeah, I watched.
I didn't
I
notice.
watched the. Someone recorded it and put it on Facebook. Shout out to him though. Second quarter kick return for his first ever action.
He traveled
Yeah.
with the team, so good for him.
That's crazy.
Good for him. He's probably gonna lose that red shirt pretty quickly.
Yeah, I'm wondering what the game plan is for him here on out. But I mean, he must be showing something in practice. If
Gotta be.
he started out, I don't think they even intended on using him on returns, and then here he is now. My God, 475 yards rushing by North Texas.
I think that was more the story than Parker McNeil.
Well,
didn't
Parker
play
did
bad.
fine. Yeah, 424 and two touchdowns, no
and-
interceptions.
Wow.
That's a lot of rushing yards.
McNeil put up that stat line with a 55 QBR.
How does that work?
I don't know the formula for that stat. So
I don't
can't
either.
help with that.
Yeah, I don't really either.
Well, I mean, he's
I don't
only
think
like
anybody knows
60. He's like 60,
I mean,
64%.
You would think with that
completion
QBR,
percentage.
you would think he was dinking and dunking, but he averages 11.5 per completion. So,
and threw 2 touchdowns with no
and
picks.
how do you get a 55 QBR with that?
I don't know. It might have something to do with
The other dudes,
11 of
way
20,
worse.
196, and yeah, I don't know how that works. I want to do a deep dive on the
Smoke
QBR.
Harris had a Smoke Harris day.
Smoke Harris is going to get a tryout for an NFL team. I
Should,
think.
yeah.
Just because of his name, and then he might make a team.
Where's A-Bear? Did he get hurt?
He had to go to his grandkid's wedding or something.
He had no catches.
There's no way Smoke Harris is 188.
No, he's in the twos.
Might be more than that.
He a thick boy.
Yeah, he got a beer gut.
No catches for Griffin A-Bear.
That's
Where's Hoot
alarming.
when we need him?
Well, y'all could talk about that Tuesday on the Tech
Yeah.
Up podcast.
Oh, and the kicker. Hoot texts us about that during
Buck
the game.
Buchanan.
Yeah, we have a long-range kicker at Tech. That's not a Barnes.
I hate that junk.
He nailed one from 46.
46 should not be a long-range kick, though.
Well, it is.
He's
Hey,
so,
was
he's
that
so
in
new,
your
he
range?
I
doesn't
find
have
that
a-
offensive.
He doesn't even
say
know.
40
All
I
he's
mean-
got is a logo for his.
What was your
picture.
career
And he's
long,
listed
Chase?
as the 47's the farthest one I ever kicked.
So you would be a long-range kicker at Tech.
Yeah, so
Did you-
it might be an overzealous description.
Did you play the year y'all played at Newman?
Yes.
In the playoffs? Okay.
Yeah, I got to not go on the field.
I was gonna say, what was how many did you kick that night?
None.
I remember that.
We
And
scored.
and I drove to see you not
we
get on the
scored
field.
one touchdown, and we went for 2.
I got you.
Actually,
How
no,
is-
I lied. We lost 10-0 in that game.
That
I'm
has got to be
misremembering. It was
one of the
10-0.
coolest fields in
It's cool.
Louisiana.
It's right in the middle of the school, right?
It's right in the middle of everything. Yeah. It's completely surrounded. It's kind of just dropped down in the middle there.
Yeah.
I actually went my foot was strapped into my shoe that game because it was swollen from an injury. So we cut it and wrapped my foot. So if I
didn't
had
get to use it,
if I had to kick, it was going to hurt.
It's gonna hurt.
But
Oh well, and that field is even neater now that the Mannings have paved it with gold.
yeah, I mean 46 is not a long range kick.
that's a chippy.
What is Squeaks long?
There's no.
I
telling.
believe he told me
It would
that
depend on the
during
day
the
that
game.
you asked him. It would depend on the day.
Oh, there's a Horton out there for
And
North
for
Texas.
the record, that 47 was in practice. That was not in a game. Let's be really clear.
It got
Elon
pretty rough
Horton.
after you left, man.
Yeah,
I watched.
I heard that.
I watched Donovan kick one in practice, and it went off of Ty's head on the line, and Ty fell down like he'd been shot in the head.
Ty probably deserved it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But hey, we had George Palmer though.
Look at that.
Yeah, how
Get
was
Mosey a
Palmer
photo
was
up
pretty
there,
good.
man.
Yeah, it's sad. Palmer was legit, man. Like he had an opportunity to go kick in college, and he said no.
And his brother was Michael.
If Michael would not have
Michael
been
and
5'10" and 178 pounds,
Yeah, he was a dog.
he'd have been a D1 football player.
Yeah, he was a dog. He could have been a small school guy, huh?
Oh yeah, if he yet again if he wanted to be.
Is Mosey the first true freshman from Jonesboro to play D1 ball?
Since Charles,
Did Rob Donovan play? He probably
Rob
redshirted.
Donovan did. I think he
At
might have.
ULM or Memphis.
He went to Memphis first.
Memphis first. So he
And
probably
Charles-
redshirted there.
Charles played his
Charles
freshman
definitely
year.
played
Yeah.
his freshman.
Yeah.
year.
Well, and I thought maybe Demise Lloyd and I know El Dante Osborne played as a freshman.
But since Charles, it's probably Rob Donovan might have, and then Mosey. But that's cool.
How good was Rob Donovan?
He was pretty legit. He was fast. I remember going and watching him play against Menard.
Pender went away from his whole offense just to make him get the ball. Like
That's how
they
good
were-
he was.
Yeah, he went in the. How can I say this? He was the most electric player. They had some really good dudes on that team though, like Ricky Nichols, Rodney
Yeah.
Watts.
What year?
They played running back
years
and then
was
flipped
that?
over to play D tackle.
08?
08 because it was the year before I got to high school.
Rodney, how old is Rodney? Rodney,
He graduated whenever I was in 8th grade.
okay, so what
so
year?
5 years older than me, so he's 32 probably.
Okay, so Rodney's 3 years younger than me, and I remember because we played ball with Ken right during the summertime. We would play on Ken's ball teams. He was coming in as a freshman, and we were out at practice hitting balls, and you know, I hit a ball about 400 feet in high school off of Corialdi, and that was the first one I hit. But I could hit balls pretty far. Rodney was coming in there as a freshman and was hanging with some of the balls that I was hitting.
Dude, he left John Curtis and came up to Jonesboro. He was at John Curtis's like little middle school program or whatever.
And he was going to play baseball for them or
he was gonna
football?
play
Or both?
Like
Yeah.
he was an athlete, man.
Yeah.
Athlete.
I saw him not too long ago. He's still like pretty jacked.
And good dude too. I always liked him. So,
Quick Sun Belt recap before we end it, I guess. ULM hung with South Alabama. They covered.
Yeah, they covered and we couldn't against
Yeah.
South Alabama.
Yeah.
That was
Hey,
painful.
good thing we're not scheduled ULM this year.
And what about your Red Wolves?
Our Red Wolves failed. They did 13-0
freaking
in the
Southern
the
Miss.
fourth. Yeah. Hey, but I think
is
they covered.
Abraham still there at Southern Miss?
He's the backup.
Idiot.
I think.
No, Jack Abraham.
Yeah.
Oh no,
He's at Missouri because he came in to play against.
Played
Tech.
against Tech. Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
It's like his 8th year of eligibility.
Frank Gore Jr. with a big day.
Yeah.
Let me
Makes us
see
all
him.
feel
He's
old.
got to look like his dad.
He
Those
does.
genes got to be strong. Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Frank Gore.
Identical.
When does
Just
he
with-
transfer out?
Without the hair.
He's got to go
He's
to
a
Miami next
sophomore.
year.
Yeah, bring the U back.
Yeah. Coastal Carolina lost to Old Dominion, like got blown out into their perfect year. James Madison, their short stint in the AP Top 25 is over.
Hey, good for them though, getting there in their first year of eligibility.
Yeah, cool story.
Let me see the box.
First year playing.
They can't play
FBS football.
They can't play in a bowl game though.
Yeah, because you have to wait 2
Yeah.
years probably.
So
So good for them though. Good for them.
Wasn't because of McCall's play.
yeah, that's just a weird game. 256 yards by that running back from Old Dominion.
Good Lord.
Glad they're not in the CUSA no more.
Yeah, love me some Fun Belt. It's a good conference.
I need to watch some film of that McCall kid because like he was hyped for a while, but I haven't heard anything. But it looks like he's having a good year.
Yeah, he is. He's been injured a little bit. Was that a touchdown?
Yeah,
I don't know how he
if
caught
that
No shot.
If that stays, that's an amazing catch. I don't know. I don't
He
know how
tipped
they.
it to himself.
I don't know how that.
No
stays.
shot he was in. Also,
Give
the
me his
ref
camera.
held up his hands weirdly.
What?
Is it to say I don't know?
Oh my God.
No,
not
even
No.
close.
One.
Yeah.
Not even close.
Did he get a butt cheek
This
down?
no, this right foot's never even close in.
Oh,
Nah,
Dude, that's still impressive.
cheek hit the pylon. Bill,
Hold
Bill,
on. Does the
have
pylon
you-
count though?
Bill, have you seen
the
have
pylon
you
counts,
seen, Bill,
right?
have you seen the hat cams?
Oh no! For the
Oh,
Referees
my
are wearing.
I heard about
in,
that.
in NFL referees.
You
are
need it.
wearing-
You need it.
It's a great angle.
Because
It's great.
you're like the biggest pylon cam fan on earth.
Oh, absolutely! It's the best thing ever invented.
Didn't you say you almost built one?
Does
to
the
put on
pylon
Oh
your-
yeah,
count
we
though?
talked about it. Yeah,
Does the
yeah.
pylon count though?
I don't know that rule. I don't think it does.
In the
No-
back
no
of the end
shot.
zone?
I
No,
think-
the
'cause
pylon's on the
an extension of the goal line.
Okay. Yeah. So it's not the same as completing the catch.
yeah,
Yeah.
I
No
don't-
shot.
yeah,
That's a
yeah,
catch.
Yeah, there's no way.
But yeah, there's a hat cam. I forgot what game it was. Was it Michigan? I think it was.
I think it was Michigan yesterday.
Yeah,
So-
to me, oh, they were in college. They had them.
College
Yeah, it was
too?
college.
Oh, I didn't-
college.
I
didn't
thought
see
we were
them
watching
there.
NFL games that had it.
No, it was yesterday.
It was yesterday.
Oh,
I
okay.
want-
It was that
I want-
Michigan game.
Bill, I want you to have a hat cam.
Yeah.
Like, you do
You
your
know, just wear it
volleyball
around.
games.
Next Sunday,
A lot of going up and down with his hat. Why are you nodding so much, Bill?
23rd. I've got the 1 p.m. game.
Have you gotten
Yes,
it
sir.
banned to wear the long tights yet?
We don't
No.
want to see that.
No.
That should be outlawed.
We hate to see it.
All right. Well,
I know.
anything else?
That's all.
Go Vols, huh, Chase?
Go Vols.
Go Tigers.
Hey,
Go Dogs.
hey, chop on to the death of me. Chop on.
Yeah, chop on. Go Warriors too. Who dat? I guess.
Hey, somebody grab the
bet.
can.
Who day?
Chase, grab the trash can. That's how we end every episode.
Bang
on
the
it.
can.
Bang it for the Astros fans.
There we go.
See,
This ain't how it's supposed to be. It should be just you and me.